light it, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it that sometimes I like it when I lose control? There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light dim, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
houses starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling.
Hello and welcome to today's matchup here between Control and Destroy the Odds. I see we already have a few people coming into the chat. And the players are almost ready. Now let me know if you guys think that the volume's too loud or that something should be changed. Let me just get the sanitization going here so we can see the player names. So, KTRL versus Destroy the Odds today, as I said. Now this matchup right here is going to be tough for our Destroy the Odds side, as we have started the season 2-0 down, or 0 for 2 matches, while Control have started 2-0. Now, one of their matches, Control that is, was a 16-1 victory against Creative Aves, which showed a lot of strength. However, that was just not a team on the same level as the DTO squad that we have in front of us. Now, we did start off with 2 matches on the same night. Our first match was against Blackhand, where we also played Nuke, and we had a solid start on the T side, but then something went wrong. We were up as much as 6-2 on the first half T side there, and the half ended 8-7. And the match ended in a 16-10 win for Blackhand. So hopefully, we'll be seeing the same type of start here in terms of rounds. However, let's hope nothing goes against us. So in their second matchup for the Control squad, they had a overtime match against the Quantaya Gaming squad, where they won 19-16, which incidentally was the same scoreline as DTO had against the Necro Razors. Now I'm getting information that it's slightly too loud. Let's see if that is better. Now, as I said, we're just getting ready here to get into the match, but not all the players are readied up yet. Did the other caster get fired? The other caster is unavailable today, as he is beginning his career in Hollywood. So I will be casting alone today. I'm also getting information that my microphone seems to be a bit loud, so I'm trying to take care of that. As we're still waiting for the players to ready up, now only a few left here. What is up, the tribe? Welcome to the stream. Looks like we are getting ready to get into the knife round here. Now we start off by having 5 of the CT players in CT spawn running out of it, while the Ts are running out of T spawn respectively, meeting outside. Into a 5v5 here. Oh, sure, it turns around, Sereni gets the first kill. And the CTs take the knife round. Very unfortunate timing there. But Sereni saw the opportunity and he took it. He gets the free knife kill. Okay. I can see that everybody in chat is ready for this. Let's hope for a great match. Now we begin with a default spread here for the T side, as they have one outside throwing utility to perhaps fake some presence that isn't there. Goes all the way to T-Red. Peaks. Pablo gets taken down by Serenity. Now a 5v4 for the CTs as the T's seem to line up on ramp. Start pushing. Sexy spots them. In hell. Gets taken down by Kerr. Now one player in heaven. Will Kerr get him? MHN takes Kerr down while Gospel takes a double. MHN takes his second kill. Now into a 2v2 here as Silent is in hell. Fruity doesn't seem to get the information, but still somehow survives. Now Sexy and Garage here outside, perhaps flanking the T's. One taps the T player. MHN cleans up and a 2v0 here as the control side takes the first round. Now the T's opt to eco here, and we can take a second to discuss that last round. The presence they were fainting outside probably would have worked against a different squad. However, the control side had too much vision outside as the util was falling down, and they decided to not fall for the fake. Now we had two players early on checking it out. However, they did not fall for it fully. He gets flashed in, takes one. Siny gets killed here. Several players at ramp start pushing. Sexy takes two. Whips out the USP. Gets the third. And closes the round down with a 4K. 2-0 here with control. Solid start for the CT side. Coming into our first buy round here, all AKs for the CT, or for the T side, while the CTs have 3 SMGs still. Not the same smoke that comes down every round as Serenity pushes in with the MP9 through the smoke, gets flashed in, pushes, holds down, Mouse 1 gets 2 kills, Gospel perhaps trades 1 back. Now 2 active CT players outside here. Will Gospel recognize the push? Holds Dangle a bit more passively as he moves a little bit closer. Seems to be peeking. Gospel recognizes the push. Current takes the second guy on T-Red. Now into a 3v2 here for the T side. He messed up flash. Doesn't flash anything here as Current has to take his out. Now into a 3v1 here for the T side as MHN creeps closer to vents. Now, will they check this position? They must check this position, right? Fruity checks it, gets the kill. 2-1 for control. DTO's current record is 0 for 2. 0 wins, 2 losses. Now we see the CTs buy up here. 1 FAMAS, 1 SMG. The rest fully bought up. Now, whoever loses this round might have to struggle with economy for a little while. The T's seem to be lining up outside as they have a full 4-player presence with 1 holding behind. A flash there from Sime that he hits the side of the wall. CT's push into lobby, gets 1 kill. MHN takes down Fruity. Runs for the AK, grabs it and realizes nobody is there. Now the presence outside increases for the CTs. Pablo flashes Gospel in. Gets a little bit white according to that art. Now the T's running down secret as we have 3 CTs towards the A site. Pablo takes down Serenity into a 4v4 here as Sexy lines up the good position here for double door. Ramp gets mollied out as the Opper has to back off. Now Gospel gets one, D1 into a 3v2 for the CTs, 3v1, and the T's get closed down here as MHN even accidentally gets a team kill. 3-1 from control. But the economy not yet fully stabilized here for the CT side. Now let's see what the T's opt to do economy-wise. Looks like upgraded pistols and a scout from Kura as well. A little bit of a different default here. As we see Sign creep down towards ramp. Oh, and Kura gets the headshot on the tight angle above credit card. Solid kill into a 4v5 here for the CTs as Kura spots another one, tags him up, 17 HP left for FNK. MHN now decides to peek, catches Kura off guard, 4v4 now. The T's line up and push through ramp. Player in Hell gets taken down, Pablo gets the headshot. The Opera in Hell takes one back, now into a 3v2 here for the CTs. Fruity flashes himself through to get the bomb, gets the AK, but decides to stick around. Now utility usage here, but D is just ready for it. Fruity picks the wrong time to go in as D1 takes him down. Now Asime with a difficult task here as he gets flanked by FNK. FNK doesn't spot him initially, and Asime turns around for the 180, gets FNK. D1 lines up the kill through the smoke, sprays him down into a 4-1 scoreline. Get your typing going in chat as DTO Anthony offers $10 to the next person who comments. Now the T's make early presence on outside known as the scene push from Serenity comes through. Only gets one this time. Kura trades him back into a 4v4 here. Now we have one player at Squeaky Door, while the CTs have two in Hut boosting each other up to heaven, or one on bridge right there. The ramp push has come in from Sexy as he decides to smoke off and keep the position. FNK sprays down Fruity through the smoke, gets the headshot. Now into a 4v3 here for the CTs as the T's look to be trading back one. Yes, Pablo takes MHN down. FNK trades one back. Sign gets his. Kura takes the flanker down into a 2v1 here as D1 has the off. Takes down into a 1v1. Now for the afterplant, only 30 HP on Kura as D1 only has 46. Gets ready for the push, no scopes him. Or sorry, quick scopes him in Hut. Picks up the kit, jumps on the defuse, and 5-1 for the control side here. Now, even though the scoreline is 5-1, we still see that the CT side aren't really building that much economy because of the amount of players that are dying, even during the eco rounds that Destroy the Odds have had so far. Now Tech9s with somewhat of a decent amount of smokes here as they look to be taking outside quickly here for the DTO side. Opper close. Pablo takes the Opper down with the tech. Everybody outside, just a shooting gallery for the boosted player here. Gospel takes one into a 4v3 as Pablo picks up the op. Now Sexy in garage here. Spots Pablo, takes him down. As Gospel luckily gets the op. Fruity flanks and gets the kill on MHN. Not the cleanest one, but he did it either way. Now Kerr gets spotted in secret decides to rotate up, but doesn't know that Sexy's still in garage here, as the T players already have A site control. And now information on where both players are. Gospel runs into the A site, going to plant the bomb here as Fruity guards him. Now Gospel taking a aggressive position here with the op. Decides to peek towards ramp, but doesn't get the kill. FNK takes him down, uses his utility very well right now. Into a 2v1 here after plant with Fruity. Spraying the smoke, not getting anything. Oh, Fruity takes one down through the smoke, but the second player was not the one that he took down and was defusing. So 6-1 here for control. But still a solid round for the T's, as they still have some economy now after that bomb plant. Now the T's actually have a better economy than the CTs, even though they are down 6-1, which is pretty interesting here. As we see D run into main. Decides, while flashed, well, at the same time as getting flashed, to shoot through Squeaky, takes down Fruity. Now, once again, 4 players outside here getting ready perhaps to push down Secret, as they're just slowly crawling through the smokes, hoping that it doesn't fade. And it does! D1 gets a kill. Sereni takes a second one, now into a 2v5 here, where the T side have destroyed the odds. They have 2 players in vent. Pablo trades one, takes a second player, gets ready for the flank, and gets taken down by FNK. 7-1 here for the control side. And a timely timeout here. Perhaps for the destroy the odds side, which would make sense. Now they are able to buy up. However, the problems so far are that they take more space, they command the space on eco rounds. However, they're just getting pushed and picked off. Poked and prodded apart here from the CT side early on in the first half into the middle of the first half. Now once again a full buy round here for the T side, as the other side has pretty much a full buy, except for the MH and MP9. Looks like a default split so far. And the failed grenade even does a bit of team damage here outside Squeaky door. D1 picks off Pablo outside into a 5v4 for the CT side here, as MHN continues to spot Squeaky from the hut roof. Now looks to be a ramp push here for the T side, as MHN begins to sneak through the smoke, and Squeaky Sexy spots the T players and ramp, as Gospel has switched up outside, gets taken down by FNK. Very nice awareness there. Now D1 takes down Korea with the great peek here. Fruity takes 2 back. D1 gets ready for the last player. Ends up with a 4K here, as it's 8-1 now for the control side. Yeah, very unfortunate start here for Destroy the Odds, as they just haven't managed to get anything going so far. Even the rounds where they have positioning and have began to make plays, the CTs are just aware, as Gospel, for example, outside pushes through, should be getting that player off guard, but still gets taken down. Now another timeout here, perhaps for the T's, as we go into a Tech 9 armor round. looks like just a straight up squeaky push here as they just begin to run out on A site, but MHN sprays 3 down. FNK gets the 4th. Sexy closes it down. Completely shut down. Now, as we have comments coming in from Twitch chat describing on how to get a kill in Counter-Strike, placing your crosshair on somebody's head and clicking with a weapon that will kill the person no matter at what range, does over 100 damage, and takes the player down. Now, the T's have not been able to do that as well as they could have. D1 pushes Hut, picks off Fruity in the worst start here for the T's, and Sereni gets a second one with the one-way above Secret. Very unfortunate start here once again in the round for Destroy the Odds, as the CTs just seem too aware. Now Gospel and Simon trade 1 each back as D1 takes down Gospel. MHN takes 1. D1 gets the last kill on Pablo here, and 10-1 for the control side. Now going into another buy round here for the T's as the game seems to be spiraling out of control. Fruity nade squeaky early on, smokes and flashes, perhaps showing presence early on as we have one CT creeping down the vent immediately. Current pushes out ramp because the CT player isn't holding as active as before. MHN decides to push into Hut. Pablo aware. Takes him down into a 5v4 here for the T's. Decides to continue to poke and prod towards the A site, no longer holding as D1 takes down Kura. Pablo out on A site as Fruity takes one back. Spots the person in in vent. And smokes off main. Now into a 4v2 here for the T's, perhaps leading to something more than just a few kills. Well, the CT smoked off, however, they look to be not completely saving yet. Waiting perhaps to get a kill or two before deciding to retreat. They don't get any kills. Sereni begins to shoot at his teammate through the metal. Doesn't do any damage, unfortunately, as they both save. Now 10-2 here for the control side as Destroy the Odds pick up their second round. Now it's been a while since the first round that Destroy the Odds have picked up. I can't really see when that was anymore. At least we have the homogeneity here for the T's in terms of kills, where the top fragger is at 8. The rest of the squad, not including the IGL, with the lowest player being at 5. Showing that indeed they win or lose together. Pablo Line smokes up here from T-spawn as he begins to rain them down. Messes that one up. Has to throw it a second later. A lot of presence outside here for the T players as D1 once again makes a one-way. Spots the player, takes Sime down. 5v4 now for the CTs. As Gospel has already crept up outside and might be flanking and towards Hell. Now, the rest of the players just quietly retreating while Gospel is making his play. Spots one player, has issues taking him down, but opens up ramp. Spots one more, takes him down as well. Now a 4v3 as the positioning flips here, and Destroy the Odds can take ramp because of the play Gospel made. Now we have D1 lined up already, ready for the players. Hits the first shot on Pablo, misses the second one. Spots the T player. And unfortunately, Gospel Molotovs himself as D1 also burns his teammate. into a 3v1 here for the CTs. MHN flanks him, takes him down 11-2 here for the control side. Very unfortunate situation when you have to live inside of a Molotov. I can distinctly remember this one streamer that used to be decent at CS, played for Mythic for a while, that stood in for a squad called Splice that I don't even know if they have CSGO squad anymore. That clutched around and then ran through a Molotov, and as he did, he died. Push here from Sexy towards ramp, takes down Fruity. The confidence on the CT side right now is unbearable. Sereni spots the players outside, still gets the kill. Sereni gets traded by Kura. As Sim is ready for the peek from A site here from MHN, takes him down into a 3v3. Now Sim and D1 get one each. 2v1 now for the CT side here. As Pablo has the task of clutching. Will Pablo be ready for the players? He decides to hold the plant, sticks it, gets taken down immediately, and now 12-2 for the control side here. Going into the last round of the half here, hopefully we will be seeing a round that Destroy the Odds picks up. Bias caster, don't care. I just want a great match here, and 12-2 is not that. Now we have early utility taking control of the Squeak, smokes off, flashes through as Fruity walks his way into Squeaky. Kura making his presence known outside here. Flashes himself out. Oh, and FNK once again, the CT's pushing into Hut, getting the entry kill. And now a 5v4 here for the CTs. FNK gets mollied out, and Pablo doesn't check the A site. Now into a 4v1 as FNK gets his third kill of the round. Gospel ready for the Opera, takes him down into a 3v1. Now an enormous task here for Gospel, perhaps even too easy if you flip it around. As Sereni is holding the Squeaky position here. Gospel decides to walk down through ramp. Doesn't spot the player. Player's hidden. Is ready for the positioning. Gospel takes a second one down. Now into a 2v1 here. As he begins his run towards the B site from ramp. Gets the bomb plant as the doors get opened and closed immediately. They fight over the door, and Gospel takes a bullet to the head from Sereni. 13-2 half here for control. And perhaps already a too far gone half. However, we have seen Destroy the Odds have very underperforming T sides and overperforming CT sides before. So I don't really count them out quite yet. We have seen dire straits in a bunch of leagues lately in the pro scene, ending up with massive comebacks for the other side. Now it will be interesting to see here what the T's decide to do, as they only have one smoke and one flash in terms of util. One P250 picked up for MHN here, as they look to be going outside. MHN gets a sick one tap as he peeks outside. Sexy just ready at Squeaky. Accidentally taps his teammate in the back of the head here for the MHN of control. E1 decides to stick around here outside with his beautiful Entropic USP. Now, a lot of players for the CT side lined up. At the B side, still not ready. Pablo takes one back now, a 4v3 here for the T side. MHN doesn't quite spot his legs. And the T's look to be rotating up through the vent to A, which the CTs have not been ready for. Plant goes down as Sexy takes one down at ramp. Gospel gets headshotted as Pablo hopes for the trade here. Gets the trade with only 4 HP. Now into a 3v2 as D1 has to protect Heaven from Fruity. Now a 3v1 as D1 gets his kill. And MHN finishes it up. Now 14-2 here for the control side. If you look at things from the bright side here, Destroy the Odds have taken twice as many rounds as half of Control's opponents in this league so far. So positives out of the negative. Now a force buy here for the CTs. Into what looks to be a very unsatisfactory start of the second half as well. Several deagles now ready here for the CTs as one peeks ramp, doesn't get taken down. Fruity misses the shot, however, gets the tag for 38 damage. Serenity gets flashed through as FNK also takes one. Now into a 5v3 here for the T side. A failed flash. Doesn't really matter when Serenity picks off Fruity. Now with all the confidence in the world, D1 just holds W through Decon, takes down Pablo. Into a 5v1 here as the score line. Unless a insane ninja defuse comes through with 10 seconds, which is very unlikely. A 15-2 score line here for the control side. They even seem to be hunting down Gospel here, as several players decide to push all over the place. Yep, Serenity takes down Gospel, 15-2 here for the control side. Now only 13 rounds in a row required to get the overtime for Destroy the Odds here. Likelihood not being that high, still, the hope is there. As they decide to buy whatever they can here for perhaps the beginning of the comeback or the last round of this half. Gospel decides to push in. Hut, D1 ready for it, takes him down into a 5v4 here. The Sexy and Serenity decide to push. 2-for-1 trade there as Kura leaves a grenade for the T player. Now 3v2, 2v2 now as the bomb begins to get planted here. Fruity picks up the AK. One HP here for MHN as he gets spotted from ramp. Serenity goes on a flank here for the double doors. Serenity picks off Fruity. Pablo gets him back. Now 6 HP for Pablo. And no defuse kit, which means 16-2 for control. GG, indeed. Very unfortunate ending here for Destroy the Odds as they go down 16-2 and now 0-for-3 in the league. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in for Destroy the Odds and to hear me cast here. Unfortunately, a very short match and me being alone. Sad times, but we will bounce back stronger. Thank you for watching, and good night.